enjoyed your turkey day? Are you still eating leftovers? It's all good. We are thankful for you and thank you for watching. I'm your girl Stitches. We are back bringing the heat with today's hottest women in business and female entrepreneurs. I'm your girl Stitches, like I said, and as you can see, we're missing my better half. Sandy Glant is off today, but we are excited because I have really one of the most successful speakers and business coaches in Miami pulling up today, honey. And she is none other. Please help me welcome back to the show, Miss Rola Diab. Hey, Rola.
Great to be here.
Welcome back to the show, sis. What are you thankful for? I got to ask you that.
Wow. Even on my WhatsApp messaging, it says always grateful. There's a million reasons to be grateful every single day. I mean, we live in an amazing country. And if you're not grateful for literally everything, then you've really got to check yourself.
That's good. Check yourself if you're not grateful. Come on, somebody. So, Rola, true story. A lot has happened since we last connected, and I'm super excited for you and for really our viewers to learn more about your incredible business. So, can we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so for those who are being first introduced to you, take us back really to the beginning, if you can. What inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
It's really interesting. I feel like I've always wanted to, even when I worked for a company, I always wanted to do my own thing. I always had like some little side hustle happening on this, like whatever I was doing, it was always happening.
Right.
And I think just some people have that itch, right? That desire to be doing something for themselves. And for me, it was always the case. I became one of Tony Robbins's coaching programs. I got certified through him many, many years ago. I want to say it was like 2010, maybe. And I started doing that a little bit on the side before I really started a sales training company that expanded to a leadership development company and then further expanded into business coaching and consulting.
That's awesome. So, if you can give us greater insight into your business a little bit more today, because you have created really an essentially an agency with top coaches
Yeah,
available to those that are looking to grow their business. Just give us a little bit more insight.
sure. So right now I have a team of 10 coaches and growing, and coaches slash consultants, because coaching really addresses a lot of the mindset and we can go further than just the specifics of a business. So from a consulting perspective, we're coming from a position of profitability. We want to look at a business and identify how they can become more profitable. And we usually start with fundamentals. My team is incredible. I've got an attorney who had a practice for 15 years, got burnt out, restarted her business, and got into business coaching. When I found her, we introduced her to all our software and services so that she really took away 75% of the work that she was doing because she was
Wow.
manually running numbers. So the team is really amazing. They're super smart, diligent, and really understand business. And, it's repeatable and duplicatable. So what we do can be applied to any type of small to mid-sized business, and it goes across the board to, industry agnostic, meaning no matter what kind of business, you can apply these strategies.
I love that. I think that's when you know you have really a masterpiece, when you know it can be duplicated and you can really hone in with other people to make them grow. So kudos to you and your talented 10.
Thank
I want to ask you though, how did you know that there was a need for this? When was that moment for you? Like, oh, this is
Yeah, really great questions. Actually, this company found me, and I went through a program and licensed their services and really learned how to train business owners. And when you start to learn what's necessary, it's surprising at how simple a lot of it is. When you look at management consultants, when you actually look at the processes, they're very simple. It just requires attention and awareness. And once you know basic formulas, everything else becomes fairly simple, right? You just have to follow it and actually apply it. And the biggest challenge business owners have is actually applying it because they're so busy. They have a million and one things going on, and they need support in figuring out what to do next.
then, and that was the main thing I was going to say. It's probably applying is probably the most difficult part,
Absolutely. I
and
mean,
you answered it.
we know we're going to look great if we work out every day, but like getting to do it right is the harder part. So getting a trainer is a great way to motivate and get on track, right? Same
That's
type of
good.
thing.
That's good. And if you can, please tell me a little bit about entrepreneurships. Like, what are entrepreneurs really lacking, in your opinion, when it comes to growth? Where do you feel like they need the most leadership, really, in your opinion? I know we talked about applying, but is there anything else?
Yeah, it's having a roadmap, right? It's like when a business owner looks at their business and they're like, "Oh, I need to do 50 different things to grow my business," and that's going to be ongoing. That never stops. So where do you start? Which is the most important? Where are you going to make the greatest impact the fastest, right? And with an upcoming economy that may be very challenging here in Q1, we've really got to address, am I being profitable? I mean, we speak over and over about really understanding the numbers. And listen, I'm not someone that grew up being great at math. I'm right brained. I'm very much like that's not my forte, but you learn this simple formulas. And once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. And if you forget it, you get a little little cheat sheet and you're like, okay, those are my numbers. This is how I figure out where I'm at. And once you have that, it's so empowering. That's probably one of the most empowering things any business owner can do is learn how to identify and go through their numbers, because once you have that baseline, all the rest is super easy.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And we
Yeah.
know that 2023, we're inching into it. It's right around the corner. And so many people are really preparing to raise their prices. How do you recommend clients do this, and when?
Listen, we actually recommend that they do it often. When business owners are like, "Oh, I need to cut prices," we're like, "No, no, no. You need to raise those prices." And
Or-
especially with what's coming up now, and you'd be surprised. People actually are often okay with it. And even if you lose 10% of the business, the difference that it made bringing up those prices, and when you run the numbers, you're not going to lose that much. And two, the numbers support, if you want success, that it's the best way to do it. You've got to raise your prices. You can't feel neglectful about it. You have to just do it as a business owner in order to survive. And most people will understand, based on the economy, that the prices have to go up. That's where we are.
Right. And this is just a sidebar question that really came to mind right now. When do you know if it, or it, do you ever know if it's what we call too much? If you raise it too much?
I mean, obviously, like, oh, it's $1 million, right? Okay. No, I mean, do percentages, right? If I want to raise it 5%, maybe 10%, right? Know exactly what percent I'm raising it in order to manage it, right? And then it's typically nothing too crazy. I mean, we've never had an issue around that.
I love that. Thank you. And
Yeah.
I feel my ears itching a little bit. Somebody's probably out there watching and asking, well, are you looking to add more coaches to your 10? Are we expanding it, or are we keeping it
Oh
at
yeah. Oh, 100%. And I'm so glad you asked that question, because if someone is doesn't have the experience of being a business coach or consultant, and they want to get into the business, we will actually train them. We will put them through training, we'll give them the tools, the software, everything in order to make them successful at this. I have a few brand new coaches that are going through training, because it's repeatable and duplicatable. We know exactly what works, right? This has worked on thousands of businesses for so many years. So we're just taking those formulas and applying it to businesses. They don't need to have run a successful business themselves. They just need to know the formulas, right? And so we can teach them, train them, put them through the whole process. So if are people out there that want to get into the business, they should contact me.
Huh. That's an order, family. Connect, fam. Connect with Rola. And I'm super excited because you're actually going to be sticking around with us throughout the half of the hour. And you're actually a little birdie told me. I don't know if this is the right information. I usually get the right information. But in a couple of days, are you traveling to Dubai to one of the largest women conferences as a speaker? Is this true?
Yeah, so there's the Women's Empowerment Forum actually happening while I'm there. So I'm going to be speaking at that. I was speaking with the founder of this amazing organization, and they've got over 1,000 members, many celebrities, many like significant backgrounds from diplomats to you name it. And it's such a beautiful organization that really, when you speak to the founder, Leo Garcia, he's a Mexican American that lives in Dubai.
Wow.
He absolutely loves it there. And this man is so in love with the idea of supporting women. When you speak to him, he's truly a gift in supporting what this whole movement to empower women is all about. So very excited to speak there next month.
I'm happy because, like I said, you're sticking around and we're going to talk more about that. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right. All that and so much more, family. Stick around. We will be right back. Get your coffee, get your tea, get your water. Don't go too far. We'll be back.